Alan, we're here today to talk about emerging market equities. They've had a really bad summer so far. Is that usual?
Actually, in the last few summers, I've noticed that the emerging market indices they've kind of bounced in the last few summers, particularly last summer. But mostly that was because the beginning of the year hasn't been all that good for them. This year, it's been a lot different. Since the end of April, we've really seen a fairly sharp drop in the emerging market index of the MSCI, down about 18%.
Okay. And how does that compare to history? Is it cheap?
I would say that if we look at the price to earnings multiple, right, for the emerging markets, there's a gap, a discount, if you will, to developed markets now that's opened up. But there normally is one, right? Well, not always, but there is one now that's about 30%.
Okay.
Right? That sounds like a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
But in fact, it's been 40, 50, even 60% over the last 15 years or so. And that's not just in an isolated crisis. I can tell you at the beginning of last decade, no one wanted to know about emerging markets. So it could get worse.
Okay, so it's not at an all-time low or anything,
No.
but it has dropped a lot. What's happening? Are people starting to look around and thinking that there's some value there, or are people still getting out?
Maybe the emerging market fund managers are, but it seems that the typical retail investor, at least where I've got the data, is leaving, still leaving. Outflows this year from mutual funds, or retail funds, I should say, in the U.S. There's been about 35 billion in outflows.
Wow.
Okay, sounds like a lot. That year to date is a bigger, or almost as big a figure as we've had in the previous 2 years.
Oh wow, that's
combined.
Huge. Okay.
Yeah, so it's a lot. Yeah.
And are there specific countries that people are liking or not liking that are coming in?
Well, I would say that I'm starting to see some overweighting of Latin America by the emerging market fund managers themselves. But having said that, I guess that's a contrarian bet. These have been badly hit, particularly Brazil, because of commodity-related things, scandal issues at Petrobras in Brazil, and things like that. So.
Okay, so there is possibly some value, but it's still a contrarian play. Thanks very much.